Hey fellas, guess what? It's Saturday and it's not raining. It's like the first time in months. Uh, it finally occurred to me why this thing was running rich at idle when uh, it shouldn't really. I know the advance in the cam cut the vacuum down a couple of degrees. Then I remembered before having issues. So what I did, I disconnected all of the vacuum lines except for to the map sensor and the fuel pressure, because this is speed density. It runs off that, kind of measures the vacuum. So if it's a low vacuum situation, it thinks it's in a high load, so it puts more fuel into it. So what I did, disconnected those two to like the PCV, and then I got the trusty old laptop in there. Hit this. Real nice idle, not loading up. And on here, let's see, computer, go to this is the volumetric efficiency table. This is what tells the computer like how much load it has. That little yellow ring is like the trace, and it's telling it where it's at as far as load. So right now it's reading on the lower table because it's got good vacuum in there. So now let me do this. Ooh, some of our paint's cooking. Let me stop this and get these vacuum lines hooked up. All right, so I got the lines capped and the key is on. So if I turn it on, you see it's just starting. Spark is at 10, battery's at 12, but I don't have the cable hooked up from the alternator to the battery, so it's just running off the charger, that noise you hear in the background, and the load indicator showing it just down here at the bottom. So if I stop this, oops, and leave the key on, come up here, see how it's loading up a little bit. So if I start this, look at the load table, it's right up here at the top. So what I did, they're yellow because I leaned them out. Oh, and you can see it's down here. It's like 11.7 AFR, 0.8. It's adding fuel to it. So go back up here. This will load the tables that are leaned out a little bit. We'll see what it does to the idle. There you go. Moved it out. It ain't smoking as bad. A little happier. Just figured I'd share. I did get the bracket made for the alternator. So that's all set to go. So I can turn this back off. You see where it's at now. So it's still a little bit rich. I can lean that out a little more. What I'd done before was lean it out at the bottom of the table. Then I realized, it's probably reading higher because it's got less vacuum. So I got that ironed out at the bottom part. I can tweak it a little more. Easy peasy. All right, I'll get you off here. I think I got a couple other videos from earlier in the week. I'll get loaded up. And because it's nice out, I'm going to try to get this painted, the bottom side of the hood, and get the back side of the fenders, hit another coat on them today. As long as I can stay focused. All right, appreciate y'all. Later on. So fellas, happy Sunday. It's bright out. Sunday morning, last weekend in February. Damn, that sun probably killing you. Last weekend in February, fixing to be March real quick. Let me get to show you what I'm doing here. Obviously, your driver's side door. But you can see it's got all kinds of little issues I got to work on. I was going to paint the backside and then do the backside of the hood yesterday, but then I started had a brain fart, and well, not a brain fart, but it just like, well, maybe this will work better. I thought if I get the backside of the outside of the door done, I won't tend to, you know, get it booger up the inside of the paint when I'm working on the outside of the door. So that's where I'm at. I went and got distracted on myself. In here, I'm gonna. Herbie turned me on to this. It's like a high build primer surfacer. So I'm gonna spray that on the door, or get the door ready, and then do the back side of it. I'm gonna put some of this on along the bottom seam on the inside to make sure it doesn't rust. This is like the best that I found. A lady on Instagram had this in her car, so that's when I first heard about it. So then I started doing some checking, and that's when I found this guy. I think it's Farmer, but he's got like a YouTube channel. He's got a ridiculous amount of followers, but he's got like real scientific type testing for all kinds of stuff. It's pretty interesting. I can post a link up to it when I get back inside. I'll put it on the comments. And then yesterday I worked a little on the tune, and then when I was fiddle farting out here, hooking up the battery cable to the alternator, I remembered that I had just put the throttle body and stuff on, but I didn't remember tightening it. So I checked, and yeah, they were just like loose. So I tightened them up, and in this part of the video yesterday where I did the tune, where I loaded the tune as it was idling and it got better, I had everything uncapped. I said capped, but it was, meant everything was functioning. So I have a PCV system. It's not a requirement to have a PCV, especially on a mass air. You don't want to let any unfiltered air in, but on speed density, it doesn't matter. So what I did, the reason I want the PCV is because I commute to work is only like 7 miles. I got a 160-degree thermostat in here. The oil doesn't get really hot, so the PCV sucks the water vapors out of the crankcase and keeps the oil good. That's the main reason. So I'll get the battery hooked up and show you. I did a little bit more with the tune this morning. I ran it like an hour ago. It's like 60-some degrees out now. It was 45 earlier. It was cold, but it's supposed to get up to 70. Well, hold on a second. We'll get the battery hooked up and check it out. All right, so the battery's on. Oh, check this out. My you can hear this. It's my line lock. It works, so I was happy about that. The only thing don't work so far is the volt gauge. So I got to find out what's going on with that. But here we go. I haven't put the charger on the battery. That's it. It's nice idle. It's a little fast on the idle, but it's because it's sucking air, you know, through the PCV, my ghetto PCV system. Both throttle stops are turned all the way down, so it is what it is on that. So that's it. I mean, I think I got her. It's not dialed in. I got to get the wideband hooked up and get all that working before I can fine tune it, but I think we're on the right track. And like I said, I'm much more relieved now that it seems to be working right. I'm just going to double check the tune or the timing and go from there and get back to work on that door. All right, appreciate y'all, fellas. Later.